Hey, what is up, everyone? This is Ete with another episode of Eco Law and Science. Today I want to talk about a new technology that is ancient. So I guess it's something that the Native Americans did way back in the day, and all kinds of islanders have done. And what that is, they've used fish as a source of fertilizer for their crops. For corn. Indigenous people around the world have used fish to feed and add biology back into the soil. And so I want to talk a little bit about that because there's been, for the last 10, 15 years, fish fertilizers have been very popular in organic lawn care. It's been a minute since I've used them, and we'll discuss why I stopped. But overall, I like the products. I love the concept. I love recycling and not wasting things. So the way they make it usually is, you go to some areas, like let's say the one company I used to use is out of Boston, back on the East Coast, and there was a fishery right there on the water. They'd bring out the fish in, they get the fillets off, and then you have all this leftover stuff, the carcass, the bones, the scales, the skin. That they people don't eat those. Rather than waste them and just throw it away, they realized that they could take these parts, so the parts that are often wasted, and basically recycle them. They kind of grind them down, and there's different processes of ways to make fish fertilizer. Not all fish fertilizers are the same, and I want to say that in case I forget to come back to that point. You need to understand the process is very important on how they're making the fish fertilizer. So what's cool is, instead of wasting all the bones, the scale, and the skin, they're actually using it, and they're putting it back into garden flower beds. You can use it on lawns, even some trees. I mean, it's a really cool thing. Not only does it fertilize, but it actually helps feed some living material, right? Some organic biology back into the soil. And there are a lot of brands selling fish fertilizer. A lot of them are OMRI listed, so they're fully organic. Just a lot of cool benefits of fish fertilizer. One of the things I love is that when you use an all-natural fish fertilizer, they're processed differently in the soil because they contain the nutrients that need to be digested by organisms like the bacteria, the soil food web things that we've talked about. All this microbial activity actually enhances the strength and the vigor of the plants, and that overall increases the amount of organic matter in the soil. So on the soil food web, this is a great way to help it out and be part of it. It also has, it increases the soil fertility by providing these primary nutrients that these plants need to thrive. So just a really cool product. I like all that. Again, there's all kinds of different brands, different types. You can get some at the Home Depot. The Alaska brand, it's like a 511 are the numbers on the label. Great for annuals, vegetables, herbs, all these type of things. If you're going on a larger scale, it would be expensive to buy it that way. But they have a great product. I've used it, and I like it. The one that I actually like the most is the one I was referring to. I think it's Boston. It's been a while since I've used it, but the product was called Neptune's Harvest, or it is called Neptune's Harvest. And again, it's all natural. It's organic. The numbers on it comes in these 5-gallon drum little like buckets, and it has a 2-0-2, so 2% nitrogen. But again, you don't need the high nitrogen when you're working with organics because the way it's processed and broken down. It is eco-friendly. It has all these benefits and really cool. I really like the Neptune's Harvest. I like their product. I like the company. I like their core values. So I like a lot of things about it. The hard part for me, and the reason I stopped using it, is there's a couple of reasons. One is to do it on a large scale to all of our clients. It goes down heavy. You put down 2 gallons of this stuff per acre. So you got one of these big tanks, a 200-gallon tank or so, and you're trying to put down the proper product in the square footage. I mean, you could need, a 5-gallon pail in one of those. They just got to go down heavy, and you got to do it 2 or 3 times a year to see the benefits. It definitely went down heavy, about 6 ounces per 1,000, which that wasn't actually a big deal for me. We have products with similar rates. The other thing was just the smell. So it definitely has a fishy smell. I think the best way to explain it is it's like you're down the shore. It has that kind of smell. So for some people, I know they liked it. I had some clients in Park City. I remember spraying it. They were from the East Coast, like Jersey area. And I remember they were like, I love it when you guys come in. It just reminds me of being on the beach. But for many, it's just a foreign smell and they just can't get past it. So I had a lot of clients that just got stuck on the smell from the hydrolyzed fish and the seaweed that's in it. So that literally was the biggest thing that stopped me from using it consistently. As far as pricing, they sell it 1 5-gallon, 55 gallons, 275-gallon totes, a 5-gallon pail or that little bucket of their 2-4-1 hydrolyzed fish fertilizer, which makes up to about 640 gallons. You get that for about $150. So if you do the numbers, it's definitely affordable in a good program. Again, for me, it was just the smell. I remember one time we were spraying and the wind came. I think it was one of my partners, Tim, was with me. We were up in Park City, and it's a very windy area. And it just washed it all over us, and I felt like I had fish guts on me. So I didn't love that. So in windy areas, maybe not so much, but in areas that are very calm, or if you get up in the morning before the winds come and you apply it, it's not too bad. It just smells like you're down the shore. For some, they won't be able to stand it. For some others, they will. I know we actually had a couple complaints from neighbors who said, "What are you guys applying?" So that was enough to shut it down. Now, could you apply it with a masking agent? Yes, you could get a wintergreen oil, something like that, like a Hawkeye, I think it's called, that Lesco makes, and that could work just fine. But overall, that was my big thing. I love fish fertilizer. I love the recycling element. I'd love to find a way to get it back into my program. I think where it really shines is in the flower beds, garden plants, these type of areas. It's organic, it's healthy, it's recycled. It's just a cool product. I love the concept. I think on a lawn care program, it didn't work great as a standalone to give me that dark green lawn that the clients want. I think if you have a lawn that has a healthy soil food web and it's been fed for years with humates, organic products, compost teas, it would thrive off of this. But if you had a lawn that's been treated by synthetic nitrogens and chemical treatments, and you just switched over to fish fertilizer, you're going to see a significant lack of color. The lawn's not going to be as green as the client wants because you got to build up that biology in the soil over time and have a healthier food web. So if you do have that scenario, this product will work great on the lawns. So that's my take. Overall, I love it. I think Neptune's Harvest is a great company. The last thing I didn't mention is the shipping was hard, and maybe that's changed because I haven't used this for about 6 years. The shipping cost is hard for me here in Utah, but I'm sure if you're there in Boston or on the East Coast or on the West Coast, buy a plant that's making it and you can bring it in local, you're going to save a lot of money and it'll be very affordable to use as a lawn care provider. Anyway, I hope that helps. If you're a homeowner and you want to put some on your gardens, just go over to Home Depot or on Amazon, look up Alaska Fish Brand. They sell it to homeowners in a smaller, and you can also get Neptune's Harvest in smaller packs. You can get that, apply it on your plants 3 times a year. It's awesome. I hope you have a great day. See you on the next episode.